The Armenian Genocide is one of the deadliest mass atrocities of the 20th century, yet it remains a forgotten tragedy in many parts of the world. In this video, we'll explore the history of the Armenian Genocide, the events that led up to it, and the devastating consequences it had on the Armenian people. The Ottoman Empire, which spanned across modern-day Turkey, was ruled by a Muslim-majority government that viewed its Christian minority with suspicion and hostility. By the early 20th century, tensions between the Ottoman government and the Armenian population were high. Armenians had long been treated as second-class citizens and were subject to discrimination, forced conversions to Islam, and occasional massacres. In the early 20th century, the Ottoman Empire was one of the most powerful empires in the world. But its reign of terror against the Armenian people would become one of the greatest tragedies of the 20th century. In 1915, the Ottoman Empire began a systematic campaign to exterminate the Armenian people. The Armenians were a minority in the empire and were viewed with suspicion by the ruling government. The Ottoman government accused the Armenian population of being a threat to national security and aligned with the enemy during World War I. This led to the arrest and imprisonment of thousands of Armenian intellectuals, community leaders, and professionals. In April 1915, the government began a policy of deportations, forcing Armenians from their homes and sending them on death marches through the desert without food, water, or shelter. Many were subjected to extreme physical and emotional abuse, including rape and torture. Thousands died of starvation, dehydration, and disease during the death marches. The Ottoman Empire also utilized a policy of massacre and extermination, targeting Armenian communities in a systematic effort to eliminate the entire population. Armenian men, women, and children were rounded up and executed, often by being burned alive, drowned, or beaten to death. The massacres continued for years, with estimates of the total number of Armenian deaths ranging from 1 to 1.5 million. The genocide has been recognized by over 30 countries as well as many international organizations. Despite this recognition, the Turkish government continues to deny that the events of 1915 constituted a genocide. The denial of this tragedy has added insult to injury for the descendants of the survivors, who continue to suffer from the intergenerational trauma of the Armenian Genocide. Today, we honor the memory of the Armenian people who were lost in this tragic chapter of human history. We must continue to educate ourselves and future generations about this atrocity to ensure that it is never forgotten. The consequences of the Armenian Genocide were devastating and far-reaching. After the Ottoman Empire's collapse and the end of World War I, the newly formed Republic of Turkey denied that any such genocide had taken place, instead claiming that the Armenians had died as a result of war-related causes or due to the actions of Armenian rebels. The denial of the genocide continued to be the official policy of the Turkish government for many years, and many Turks still deny the events today. This has resulted in ongoing tension between Turkey and Armenia and has hindered any meaningful reconciliation between the two nations. The Armenian diaspora, consisting of descendants of survivors who fled the Ottoman Empire during the genocide, is spread out across the world, with significant populations in Russia, France, the United States, and other countries. The Armenian Genocide is a central part of their cultural identity and continues to shape their experiences and perspectives. The genocide also had a profound impact on the Armenian population in the Ottoman Empire, which was reduced from approximately 2 million before World War I to just 400,000 by the end of the conflict. The loss of so many lives had a devastating effect on Armenian society, culture, and economy. Moreover, the legacy of the Armenian Genocide has also had an impact on other instances of genocide and mass atrocities in the 20th and 21st centuries. The events of the Armenian Genocide influenced the Holocaust, the Cambodian Genocide, and the Rwandan Genocide, among others. In addition, the ongoing denial of the Armenian Genocide by the Turkish government has led to calls for recognition and reparations from the international community. Many countries and organizations, including the European Parliament and the United States House of Representatives, have formally recognized the genocide. The Armenian Genocide continues to be a subject of intense political and diplomatic debate, as well as a tragic chapter in human history that must never be forgotten. The Armenian Genocide was a dark period in human history that resulted in the loss of 1.5 million lives. It's important that we remember this tragedy and pay homage to those who suffered. As we reflect on this horrific event, let us remember the resilience and strength of the Armenian people who have persevered through unimaginable adversity. We must also acknowledge the importance of recognizing the past and working towards a better future. It is our responsibility to ensure that such atrocities never occur again. We must educate ourselves and others about the Armenian Genocide and other crimes against humanity. We must speak out against injustice and hold accountable those who commit such heinous acts. We urge you to share this video and spread awareness about the Armenian Genocide. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content about dark chapters in human history. Let us honor the victims of the Armenian Genocide and continue to strive towards a more peaceful and just world.